right, so welcome everyone tonight to our AI Expedition 2024. Before we get started, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Maria Becerra, and today I'll be your facilitator. And before we jump into the topic for tonight, I would like to briefly talk about AI Expedition. This idea started last year around November, December, and it's actually coming to fruit today. AI Expedition is a community-driven initiative founded to make learning about the world of artificial intelligence exciting, but also accessible for everyone. Our mission here is to break down barriers and democratize knowledge in the field of AI. But we are not just about teaching AI. We are about building a community where everyone grows together, learns, interacts, and gets inspired by others who share the same passion for technology. At the end of this session, I will be sharing some links so that you can also be part of this community. A couple of housekeeping items. This is not a lecture by any means, so feel free to add your comments and questions into the chat as we go along the presentation. Use the reaction feature to share your feedback. Use the raise hand if you have any pressing issues, and practice active listening skills. Take notes and then share them with your friends and colleagues, or post them on LinkedIn or any platform that you desire. Yes, good question. The recording is going to be available for everyone. All right, so without further ado, let's get started to intro to AI. And our first stop in this expedition is going to be in a beautiful country in Central America, more specifically Honduras. This is the country where our speaker is from. And her name is Aleli Castro. Aleli is a technology consultant and research professor at the University of Honduras. She is also part of the Organization of Women in Science for the Developing World. She's also a Women Tech Makers Ambassador, where we both met, and she holds a computer engineering degree with strong skills in program management, investigation, innovation, and development research. She is also very active in the investigation about how Internet of Things and machine learning are evolving and how we are going to be able to apply those technologies in our context. So Aleli, I'm going to hand it over to you so that you can start this expedition.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am a little bit nervous because I'm very excited to be here. Thank you, Maria, for the invitation. Everything that she says is true. And I was telling her right now that one of our challenges last year was to start a project about introducing people artificial intelligence. So when I saw her message, I didn't think about it twice to ask her to let me have the opportunity to be here and share a little bit of what we know about this introduction to artificial intelligence, and in that way we can start this AI Expedition 2024. So thanks once again for the opportunity. I would like to share my screen to show you where everything starts. Just let me know if you can see my presentation.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, since it's a beginning, this is like a journey, this is like a travel, AI Expedition 2024, and we're gonna talk about a little bit as an insight of what is artificial intelligence, the basics of all the knowledge that you're going to learn during this process. We're going to start with an introduction about the concept of what is artificial intelligence. And for that, I have an activity, because I'm always connecting with people. I have an activity that I want to share with you. We are going to use our cellulars to, I'm going to stop a little bit here, and I'm going to share what we are going to do.
Julia also doesn't like that.
Tell me if you can see my screen. Just tell me if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see it. In 3 words, describe the term.
Okay, we are going to enter using our cellulars to menti.com, and you're going to insert the code 56801720. The code appears on the top of the screen. I don't know if you can see it. And what we are trying to do here is to connect with you to see what do you think about artificial intelligence. Hey, we got one participant growing exponentially. Somebody else want to join us? Multi-language, fast, disruptive. I love that word. In fact, artificial intelligence is this type of technology. The first time that I heard about disruption was when a blockchain appears, when this type of technology started with virtual coins and all of that. But now everything that makes changes is called disruptive. And also because artificial intelligence has inherence in so many areas: health, education, astronomy, biology, medicine, in all the areas. That's why that's a very nice word. I love it. Imitate ethical issues, machine learning, threat, puzzle, robotics, learning, excellent. Education, human, data, very good. Computation, large data, ethical issues, generation, algorithm, great. Smarter, augmented intelligence, excellent. Opportunity, thank you. 22 out of 36 are responding, and it's very nice to see that your concepts about the description of artificial intelligence are very accurate, educative. Every day we learn about artificial intelligence, and every day we have different things to discover about it. Okay, education, very good. Last day, we are going to stay here 1 more minute to see if anybody else can help us. If you see the words in the center are a little bit bigger because most of you agrees on disruptive data, robots, machine learning, and automation. That's why. Thank you for supporting this activity. So after participating and sharing all this, I would like to share a quote that I found about Colin Engel. It says, "It's going to be interesting to see how society deals with artificial intelligence, but it will be definitely cool. It will be cool." So for this, I have a question for you guys. How do you think that we are going to, how do you see that people or society is dealing with artificial intelligence? Because it's something that is in all our daily lives, is in all what we do. That image was created with artificial intelligence. Albert Einstein riding a bike. So I don't know if I can have one person telling me how they think that we are dealing with this new era, knowing that artificial intelligence is not something new. It's something that we've been since the years 40 with Alan Turing started this type of concepts in a very rude way, but they started a long time ago, this concept. But since ChatGPT appears, like it was like a bomb, right, of emotions, and a lot of tools of artificial intelligence appear, and different tools for different areas, for the different subjects. So, and every day, every week, you can see a new tool appearing. So then you say, now I don't know what I'm going to use. There's a lot in the table. Now also with the GPT store, now you have a different type of assistance that we are going to talk about that later. So can somebody share with me, or you can write it in the chat if you want.
But here we have a few comments. So Diana is saying, it's a change, and usually as human, there is a resistance for new changes. Nadine says, increase acceptance and appreciation. Robin says, Some feel threatened. Mohammed says there are still three types: one who is in denial, accepting it, and others don't care. And third one are growing with AI.
I agree. Excellent. I agree with you guys. And I agree with Dr. Muhammad, right? That is true. People that is denying this, others that they don't care, that is true. And the third is that are growing with AI. That is so good. And I like the one of the threat. Here where I am right now, it's been like a little bit tough because there's people that they have resistance. They don't want to accept that we have tools that could help people. We are trying to send a message that artificial intelligence can be used to strengthen your skills, not to eliminate you as an employer, to strengthen. So you can use artificial intelligence to make your job a little bit faster, a little bit better, a little bit accurate. That is the message that we are trying to send to our people, to our community, to learn more about artificial intelligence so they can be a little bit ready when it comes in a massive way, when companies start introducing artificial intelligence in their process. In my country, not everybody is in the stage where Dr. Muhammad says they don't care. They live their lives normally and they don't care. But the truth is that it's something that we need to be aware. At least that is my point of view. Thank you for everybody for sharing with me your thoughts. And the last comment says it's a huge resource and it can be used for good as well as for bad. And you know what? I'm going to get there. There's a part of my presentation where we talk about ethics. There's not yet a governance. There's not yet something that controls. You can see in some countries what has happened. For example, in India, there was a news that some actors were fired because they used their sound, they use their voices, and they are trying to use artificial intelligence, and they are trying to substitute. So one of the things that we need to promote is education, and maybe try to get to governments to make laws to protect people, especially the employees, especially employment, because some of the managers, directors, owners, they think that they can, okay, now we can apply artificial intelligence. I'm going to get rid of a few employees, so artificial intelligence can do my job, can do the job. I heard in the news that in Silicon Valley, 30% of a company, they fire some programmers, imagine. So we need to get involved with this technology. We need to get involved. We need to learn more about it so we can be strong. Okay, we are going to continue then. So one of the many definitions that we can get, I am sharing this one, that it refers, artificial intelligence, it refers to the simulation of human intelligence processed by machines, in some cases processed by software, processed by applications, by systems, and this includes learning, reasoning, and self-correction. The basic of the artificial intelligence is to learn. First, we start learning. They collect data. And you know what? We are the ones that give that information. For example, when we started with ChatGPT, people was making a lot of questions, a lot of things. They discovered that we can get a lot of information about this generative model. And so, but ChatGPT was learning. That's why they get this new version, and there's a paid version and a lot of activities about it. Now, these models, they reason and they self-correct. I did some exercises. For example, I introduced an instruction, and then I introduce another one in a negative way. And then I ask again the model, and they say, oops, I'm sorry, it's true, you are right. And I prove that they self-correct too. And I know that they are not 100% accurate, but they have this learning, reasoning, and self-correction process. And everything that is in there is managed through an algorithm. It's very amazing the things that people can do with this type of technology. I'm going to mention two types of basic artificial intelligence: narrow artificial intelligence and general artificial intelligence. That basically the one that is right now making all this pop up. The general artificial intelligence is the one that is able to send text to image, that can send image to text, that can, from an image, from a text, we can get an image, and that's the one that can get content in general. That's basically the main point or the main characteristic of the generative artificial intelligence. And it's the one that we can find in different applications. In the models, one of the models, for example, BART from Google, Copilot now from Microsoft, Lana, ChatGPT, and all the versions that they have. And there are more. There are a lot of models that you can interact with. And Narrow is designed for a specific task. It's designed for a specific task. So from there is where everything, the base, we can say that is like the base from where everything is coming out. I want to show you that there are three concepts: artificial intelligence, machine learning, and we have deep learning. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that enables machines to learn from data and improve their performance over time without being explicitly programmed. That means that they can, with the algorithm that I was telling you, they can change and make different processes. It is widely used in various applications. I share an image so you can understand me a little bit better. If you see, artificial intelligence is in all the picture. Machine learning is part of artificial intelligence. And then deep learning, as the word says, is deep learning is, they are structures, okay? And in deep learning is where we can find this topic about neural networks. So everything is connected. Deep learning, as I was telling you, I want to share a little bit more about deep learning. It's a type of machine learning that uses neural networks with multiple layers to extract high-level features from data. It has revolutionized artificial intelligence applications such as image and speech recognition. And I'm sharing here a little model that could show you how it works, how we can train data. The closest of this training, we can say that is Power BI. Power BI is we can create a very nice dashboard where we can connect different type of database. One of the most used database is Microsoft Excel, or any worksheet that you can connect is one of the most used, but we can connect different type of systems to Power BI. I'm telling an example of something that we can find in our daily life. So we have the algorithm, the learning process, we have a train model, and then we see the results. The results can be turned into the dashboard that we see in Power BI. But what is the the key. What is the thing about deep learning is that using this technology, we can start making predictions. We can start using data in a different way. The main goal is to make decisions, to learn how to make decisions. Data can be presented in different scenarios. And then we the humans, we read, we can understand the different options that we got, and then make the best decision that is good for us. And it's going to depend on what type of process we are applying this. For example, in education, in the universities, a good way to apply this type of process is to make a model using artificial intelligence to help us with the students that desertion, to help desertion, to help desertion. So that is one of the topics that we can use, and there are a lot of different things that we can do. And here I want to share how it looks, how are the tools that we use, and always artificial intelligence is like the mother of everything. And then we come with machine learning, and then we come to deep learning. AI applications, there are, like I was telling at the beginning, all the areas are involved now using artificial intelligence, communication, entertainment, healthcare, finance, transportation. Artificial intelligence is in everything now. I used to do some posts, some designs, and I saw that now Canva is the name of the platform that I use, has now artificial intelligence. Most of the applications that we use, they have included artificial intelligence as maybe assistants. That there's a little icon with the stars. That means that it has artificial intelligence. It can allow you to, with some codes that you introduce, a sentence or a word, it helps you create something new. Sometimes maybe we don't have time, or maybe our ideas are blocked, because it can happen. Then you can use these artificial intelligence tools to make very nice things with your own ideas. You can do that. It is allowed to. I saw some comments in there about ethics, and in the in the exercise that we do. It is very important, these ethical considerations when applying artificial intelligence. The rapid advance of artificial intelligence raise ethical concerns related to privacy, related to data. When we ask these models to do something, we need to be aware that we are giving information. We are giving information about, for example, in the country that we live, and maybe no, we don't give names, but we give information. So we need to consider that. And I was reading that now, when an engineer creates a system, they ask them to protect that part, especially when they include artificial intelligence, the ethical issues, the governance of the system. Also, I was reading about the privacy of the users. So there are so many concerns about this. What we are waiting now is to see how the countries are going to manage, how are going to be placed the rules. We can say rules, because now we can use, for example, I'm going to give you an example. There's a application that you insert any image that you want. I'm going to ask you, have you ever wanted to buy an image? Have you ever wanted to buy an image from, for example, Free Pick, or from Score? I think that there's another one where it has a watermark. have you ever wanted to buy an image? That's basically my question. If your answer is yes, now they are artificial intelligence platforms or tools that we insert this image with that watermark, because if it has a watermark, it's because we're going to buy it. It's going to be sold or copyrighted from another company. But now there are tools with artificial intelligence that you upload the image and then you receive it in a clean way. So now I'm asking you, is that ethical? Do you think that that's correct to get an image from a copyrighted website, or to get an image from these places where they sell images and copy from that place and then put it in an artificial intelligence application and then receive it in a clean way, easily like that, just by using the application? What do you think about that? So it's part of the privacy, it's part of the ethical concern. I was giving a workshop to some news workers, and they were concerned about how content will be or is easily changed. Where are the copyrights? Where are the copyrights? Where are we going to get there? So not every country have tools, have laws yet. There are no laws, okay? How is the future about this? There's, as Mark Zuckerberg said, they don't have control of the future. That's what he said in one of his interviews. But I think that our future holds a lot of potential for innovation, for transforming across industries. Research and development is part of the opportunities that we have now. In it says there, what I have in here, to lead more sophisticated AI systems and applications. We have to understand that the artificial intelligence tools, they are here, and we are going to we are going to need to live with it, to learn, to adapt to this new way of working, to this new way to doing things together. Now, what are the challenges? I would like you to help me with what do you think? I have three main, I saw that I wanted to share three main challenges, but I want you to help me. What challenges do you find? What challenges do you think we are going to have in the areas that you work? If you are a teacher, if you are a professor, if you are an engineer, could you please help us sharing what challenges do you think we are going to be facing, or we are facing right now, that we don't have an answer about it? You can share it here in our Zoom message. One of the things, as artificial intelligence becomes more integrated into society, challenges such as regulation, security, and the social impact must be addressed, But who are the ones that are going to, that have that responsibility? Is government, are the companies. Collaboration and responsibility implementation are essential. I agree with that. Now we need to work collaborative and with responsibility. So I decided to share three out of so many challenges that we're going to have, or so many challenges that we are having. The importance of data ethics is very important. That's a challenge. The need for responsible artificial intelligence. I was giving you the example of this artificial intelligence tool. I personally think that that is not a responsible artificial intelligence tool, but it's free and we can use it. So there's a need of responsible artificial intelligence and the rise of autonomous systems. We need to be aware about that. The rise of autonomous system. Yes, thank you, Maria. That is so right. Misinformation, diversity. I was reading that there are some, when you hire somebody, there are some systems that are using artificial intelligence and they are not regulating diversity, and they are using artificial intelligence to make selections inside the platform, things that you don't see. Why I didn't get this job? So I agree of diversity, healthcare, the patient's privacy. Yes, I agree on that. Accountability for decisions taken to is I believe that the age of artificial intelligence. Yes, I was reading that this is very silent. What is going on, but it's like it is close as a war. It is true. So we are going to continue. Before the conclusion, I have something for you. There's a key to use these tools, these artificial intelligence tools. And I would like to do, before going to the last slide, do an exercise with you. There's a tool that is called prompt. There's a word. This is the key to use some artificial intelligence tools, the use of the prompt. And what is a prompt? How can we define a prompt? How can you define the word prompt? The word prompt can be defined as an instruction. It can be defined as an order. It can be defined as something that you need to do. A petition, you can define it as a petition. The prompt is considered the key to get what you need to get, a trigger, very good, from these artificial intelligence tools. And I would like to know if here in the group, we have somebody that organize events, or we have teachers. Do we have teachers here? Do we have professors here? Can somebody tell me? Prompt we use while communicating with tools like ChatGPT, correct? Exactly. But the prompts can also be used in tools, as I mentioned before, when we use these generative models, like from text to image, we are using we are using a prompt. We need to use a good prompt to generate an image, for example. So I'm going to close here. I would like to know if we have professors here, or if we have organizers of events, or if we have people that create plans. Oh, program manager, very good. Very good, very good. Excellent. So I'm going to close my slide, and I'm going to go on to with a tool. I would like to share something with you before we finish in the minutes that I have. There's a tool that we use that is called Perplexity. I don't know if you have heard about it, but I want to use it. It's similar to ChatGPT, to BART, and it's similar. Is here, what I want to do is a short exercise applying the use of the prompt, applying the use of the prompt. And I'm going to try to do an exercise for a program manager or for a professor. So let's see what happened. If you can see, this model, it has the included Copilot. Copilot is the new artificial intelligence. I want to show you something. Look what happened. I have the table, but I didn't give the purpose of the table. I should have included more information so I can receive what I was expecting. So that's the way. Now I'm going to type the same prompt. I'm going to type the same prompt, but I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to add a little bit more items, a little bit more information. We can make this longer, we can make this shorter, we can include more information. Let's see what happens. Definitely, we need to see something different. So we are seeing something different. We are seeing a little bit of more information related to the plan that we are trying to do. But what I like about this tool is that it gives us sources, it gives us places where we can go so we can enrich a little bit more our information. Our time is like passing by, but I wanted not to leave without giving you a little bit of what we do. What do you think about it?
Aleli, I had only used Perplexity as an engine search, but I didn't know like you could also create this sort of table. So that's great.
We can create so many things, Maria. Believe me, there's a lot that we can do.
Perfect. And Robin, you can let me unmute you. Please go ahead and ask your question.
I saw something along these lines, and it was driven by Copilot, and it was basically an entire marketing campaign that included the product, the safety involved. It was, I think it was like a touring bike, and demographics on who you would, aim the marketing campaign at. It came up with everything with what you were showing as far as the prompts. It was incredible.
Yeah, is the best way to start an AI expedition 2024, knowing about this.
Have any other question?
Maria, can I add something before this?
Yes, of course, go ahead.
I read one of the last comments that are in the chat, and that's the comment that I constantly hear here in my country. Now we are not going to do anything anymore because we can get it right directly from this type of tools. But I consider that we don't have to see it that way. I consider that we spend so many time working, and we sometimes, I'm not telling that that's your case because I don't know anybody, sometimes we don't have a social life. We don't live. We work for living. So one of the things that I'm trying to sell in my conference is that the time that we use to spend to do our plans, our documents, our this and that, now that time we can use it for our family. We can use it to enjoy our family because the time is too short and we never know. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Tools are artificial intelligence tools come to help you strengthen yourself, to make you stronger, to make you a better professional, because these tools can give you a different way to express yourself. But that time that you can get, you can use it for something else. You can use it to socialize. That's what I wanted to leave. Now we can start to the questions.
Yeah, thank you for that. That's a great point, Aleli. I don't know if anyone else has any other questions. You can raise your hand, unmute yourself, or just write it on the chat. In the meantime, okay, go ahead.
Hello, Maria. It's just to come, I mean, to add something about you just said, Aleli, and about the comment. And to sum up, it's just like, I mean, if you give a poor instruction, a poor prompt, you will get a poor answer. That's it. So in this case, or in either order, it's just to how you develop your skills in order to get the best prompt ever. Then you can get the best result ever, right? So that's the point. In this case, it's just that I just mentioned earlier about upskilling and rethink about what we're teaching and what we're learning. Yeah, because as I see AI, it's my assistant. It's my personal assistant. And if I give the best instruction, I can get the best job. And if I don't give the instruction, I just say like, hey, make a report of what, because I give you a random answer. So that's the key.
That's the key. That's the key. Thank you.
Any other comments or any other questions? Aleli, what advice would you give us all to when we are using like tools like ChatGPT or Perplexity? Like, how can we improve our skills to build better prompts?
Practice. Practice makes perfect. That's what I can tell you. You can practice, and then you're going to see that whenever you change a prompt, whenever you change an instruction, whenever you add more details, like the comment that we received before, you need to add more details to it, then you get more stronger. And then finally, you're gonna go or get what exactly you are needing. But for that, you need to practice.
It's funny when I hear that AI is going to take over our jobs, and sometimes I just laugh because we don't even know how to ask for things. So if we don't even know how to request those tasks, I mean, how are we going to let AI take over us? Anyway, if there are not any other questions or comments, I'm just going to finalize our presentation, moving on to our next slide. Oops, sorry, but before I do that, I just need to share something.
You like the presentation?
I'm sure people got something out of this presentation. Aleli works a lot with AI, with technology. So I'm just posting on the chat section all the different channels where you can find her and find the interesting work that she's doing. You can find her on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Quick question. Is the content in English or in Spanish, Aleli?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm sorry.
No, we do have people here who speak Spanish, but I just want to know so that
I challenge the people to learn how to speak Spanish using artificial intelligence. I take the challenge. Thank you.
Practice with us.
Yes, let's start doing that.
Yeah, Aleli, thank you so much. This is a certificate of appreciation for your work, for your time, and all your commitment to this AI expedition community. So thank you for joining us today. As of next steps, I would like to ask you to please mark your calendars for our next session on February 28th, again at 7 p.m. I invite you also to follow us on LinkedIn and join our Discord channel, where we keep sharing news and articles about what's happening out there. The idea is for all of us to collaborate collectively and grow together as a community. And to finalize, I would like to thank our volunteers. This is a work that you don't see behind the scenes, but they are working to make these presentations a reality and to bring more initiatives that you will find later. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you so much everyone for joining us today, and hope to see you all on Discord and in March. Okay, have a great evening and keep learning together.